What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for another installment of Millionaire Habits. Last week, we talked about being insatiably curious. It's one of the first things that I've discovered leads you on a path to a greater financial future. You ever wonder when you're trying to figure out how does this whole money thing work? You didn't learn anything from school. The lessons you picked up from your family was, not the best lessons to pick up, and you've cultivated some bad habits because from high school into adulthood, learning how to figure out how money works is like hopping on a bike without training wheels and falling every single time you get on the bike. You end up spending more money than you got coming in. You feel like treating yourself because this week was a rough week. And really, the way you go about managing your money is just chaotic. Well, this week, I'm going to turn you on to a habit, the second habit of this Millionaire Habit series, that it took me a while to process years ago, but once I understood it, it was a game changer, a complete game changer. And this particular habit, it serves you whether you've figured out a few things or you're completely clueless about how money should be handled. And I want to reiterate through the course of this series, we'll be talking about managing whatever money you have coming in a certain way that guarantees you'll ultimately be financially successful with your endeavors, with your current positioning, and with an even greater future positioning financially. And what is that habit? This week's habit is pay yourself first. What does that mean? That means whenever you get money from your day job, from your side hustle, from Uber Eats, from DoorDash, no matter what you're doing to generate money for now, to get your arms around this whole financial challenge that we're all faced with when we get out into the real world, pay yourself first. A portion of all you earn is yours to keep. Now, why is this a powerful habit to adopt? I'm going to tell you why. I'm glad you asked. Pay yourself first simply means this: make you a priority first financially, because your financial future is going to be completely dependent upon what you do today in order to best prepare yourself for a brighter financial future tomorrow. So, when paying yourself first, some folks would like to ask, as I did myself, well, how am I going to pay myself first? You know, I got rent, I got a car note, I got to buy groceries, I got to pay these light bill, I got to pay this water bill. I got bills to pay. And so, what does it mean, pay myself first? Well, I literally said all of those things to myself. And the more I thought about it, it dawned on me I was coming up with every reason why I couldn't pay myself something first. I didn't say pay yourself all of your money first. I said a portion of all you earn is yours to keep. Now, I'm going to share this particular habit, and it actually coincides with a higher level habit that I'm going to cover next week. But in regards to this pay yourself first, a portion of all you earn is yours to keep. Now, I would challenge you to make that first portion 10%. If all you got is $1,000 coming in, first of all, you need to get your money back up. Okay. If you got more time than money, you need to be working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. You got a regular day job paying you $15 an hour, then get a part time job that's paying you $15 an hour. Combine them two together with all this extra time you got and get your money up. But for this example, $1,000 a month, that's all you got coming in. And you trying to figure this thing out. You should strive to take 10% off the top of that thousand and pay yourself first. Now, next week's habit, we're gonna flip this, but for the purpose of this series and for this particular habit, it's important that you adopt the idea of paying yourself first. a portion of all the money you earn. If you earn $500 this week, pay yourself 50. If you earn $1,000 next week, pay yourself $100. I was talking to one of my nephews today, and one of the things that stood out to me is I've had several conversations with, I would say, nephews between the ages of like 18 and 25. And what has dawned on me, and I think back to my time during that age, is that we never figured out how to actually get money and set a portion of it to the side to not touch. That's actually a discipline, a financial discipline that has to be cultivated. Now, some folks it comes natural to, they're natural born savers. They want to get money and they want to hold on to it. That's another dynamic. But the majority of folks, they get money and spend it because in America, we live in a consumer based society. And so all the marketing, all the stores, all the businesses, all of the different aspects of how we go about getting money. There's big business out there literally plotting on how to remove your money from your pocket and place it in theirs. So I'm talking with my nephew and I asked him, he's 24 years old, he's been working for the last 5, 6 years. And I says, have you ever had $10,000 in your bank account that you didn't have to touch? And he thought about it for a while and he said, oh, actually, I did. I had $10,000 during COVID. Well, I think everybody had $10,000 during COVID, one way or another, between the stimmies and all the money that Trump was loaning out through the PPPs and all the scamdemic loans. But here's what he said. He had that one time, and he could not explain to me why 3 years later he couldn't put his hands on $100 of that $10,000. Now, why is that? That's because this week's lesson is pay yourself first. A portion of all you earn is yours to keep. So if you never develop the habit of taking a portion of your money and setting it aside so that it can accumulate and you not touch it, then when you do get large sums of money that comes in, it's just sitting there waiting for you to spend it. Because money, I like to tell my sons this, money's like an attractive female. An attractive female likes to be cared for, catered to. She doesn't like being ignored. She likes to be told what to do. She likes a man that's confident and can dictate how things are going to go. Money's no different. Money needs someone to tell it what to do, where to go, and how often they need to do it. And if you don't do that, guess what money's going to do? It's going to leave you and go to somebody who can, such as me. And I'm going to put it to work. And it's going to be out there in the streets, hustling up more dollars and bringing more money back my way. So what I tried to convey to my nephew was simply this, because he wants to get into investing. And I'm like, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. We got to put the foundational blocks in place. And that's what this Millionaire Habit series is all about. Putting foundational money habits in place that's going to allow you to then become an active investor so that you can now start moving the needle with your discretionary money. But until you develop the financial discipline to get money and set a portion of it to the side so that you can accumulate it and not touch it, and there's a very simple way to make this a reality. I call it the $1,000 rule. You want to get to $1,000 as fast as possible. Now I borrowed this from Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey uses the $1,000 philosophy so that you can get out of debt faster. But the $1,000 principle actually serves a multitude of purposes. And the $1,000 principle that I emphasize is it acts as a buffer between you and you becoming an investor. See what $1,000 allows you to do, it allows you to take care of those little incidentals, the $400 for a tire, or the $300 for some maintenance, or the kids need to do this and it's going to cost $300 you didn't anticipate, or some you got to have a repairman come and take a look at the AC unit and it's $600. That $1,000 allows you to stay on track with your money habits. It allows you to not skip a beat because you got that to run interference between the money you got coming in and the money you stacking up for your next move. So the lesson for this week I emphasize to you is a portion of all you earn is yours to keep. And until you develop that discipline, you're going to just keep spinning your wheels just like a hamster in a rat wheel. And so ultimately, you want to cultivate that habit of setting money to the side, watching it stack up, and doing what's necessary to become the individual who can have more than enough, who's capable of having excess, who's capable of being a better steward of all the resources that's coming in, because a portion of all you earn is yours to keep. And until you start keeping it, money's going to flow to you and it's going to flow from you because you never developed that habit. So I charge you going forward from this moment on, a portion of all you earn is yours to keep. Start with 10%. I don't care if it's $20, I don't care if it's $50 or if it's $100. Start consistently taking a portion of all the money you earn and setting it to the side for a greater endeavor in the future. YouTube, I appreciate y'all rocking with me this week. Next week, we're going to tap into the series and go to the third habit. The third habit might be the most powerful because it goes beyond what it is we've come to understand about how money works. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next week, peace.